All right, so those of you who have been watching my videos for a while, there's been 2, maybe 3 videos in the last few months where I have kind of shown these baits right here, on purpose or on accident, who knows, but XZone Lures, and they contacted me late last year and asked me if I would take a look at their baits, and if I liked them, make a video about them, and so on and so forth. And I told them, I said, you know, you're pretty brave, because I'm brutally honest with my opinion, and I get that's just really important to me. So they sent me a bunch of these baits, and a box of them, and sent me a good selection of them, and I took them out and I've played around with them for 3 months and really picked them apart. And I've got a few favorites, and I've got a few that are, you know, that are just so-so, but I picked out 3 to show you today. Now, when I look at soft plastics, whether I'm buying them from the store or whether I've got them, you know, somebody sends them to me to do a review or take a look at, the first thing I do is I pull one out of the bag and I squeeze it, and I try to, you know, just kind of feel the density of the plastic. That really makes a huge difference. Let me get my terminal box out, and I'll show you, kind of try to give you an idea of why it makes a difference. Now, if you've got a soft plastic that's got some hardener in it, which most of them do, but you have one that has too much hardener in it, and you have, say, a hook like that. You know, it's just a regular offset hook. That's an EWG, but it's an offset, and it doesn't have like a hook keeper or a bait keeper on it or something like that. That's that little barb right there. And you have a hook like that, and the plastic itself is harder. That bait will actually slide down that hook a whole lot easier, and you don't want that to happen, because what it does is it bunches up in the gap of the hook, and you never get the fish hooked. So basically, it makes the soft plastic get in the way of the hook set. So that's the first thing I did. And one thing that I noticed is that some of the soft plastics have a different density than others. And I was like, man, why is that? And I got to look at the type of soft plastics it was. Let me try to find one. So this is a creature bait, and the name of it is the Hog Hunter, and it's pretty stiff soft plastic. But this one, being their drop shot, and it's their hand poured version, I think they call it a hand poured deal, but their drop shot, which is a Finesse Slammer, it's got a lot softer plastic density, and it's because of the application that these baits are used for. This is a flipping bait, gets into heavy cover. This isn't. This is a finesse bait. You don't typically fish it in heavy cover. You throw it on a drop shot, throw it on a Ned rig, stuff like that, and it will you know, it doesn't need to be stiff. This has to be stiff because it's going to bust through heavy cover. You're gonna abuse it a whole lot more than you will this, and it'll last a lot more. And that's one thing that really impressed me the most about these soft plastics, especially their flipping baits. I've got another one down here that I've been fishing today. All right, so this one right here, this is the Adrenaline Bug, and this has become my favorite out of their line. It is a really good flipping bait, nice tough soft plastic, but nice tough plastic, but not so soft that it rips easily. It's got a nice thick body. Now, it's a beaver style bait, and what I don't like about your typical beaver style baits is they'll have this big groove down the center, which it just makes that soft plastic thinner right down the center where you put the hook. And I found that it tears up a whole lot easier if you do that. I mean, if you have that thin center. But having a thicker center like this one does, and you know, I'll constantly having to rehook them or whatever, you flip them, you catch a fish, they just last longer. Last longer on the hook. It lasts longer the more fish you catch. I think I could get 5, maybe 6 good fish out of each of these. Been really, really nice, and like I said, that's become my favorite one. But they've got swim baits. They've got a really good swim bait that I caught a fish on in the wintertime on a video, and just been a really impressive company. Really impressed with, you know, and they're fairly new, but really impressed with their selection. They didn't just come out with 2, maybe 3 baits just to kind of throw their hat in the ring. They came out with a bunch of them, and they came out with a good mixture of them. Man, some fish are schooling right here next to me. It's driving me nuts. That's where I just caught that one fish. But they have such a good selection, which was the most impressing thing to me about the company in general, is they get it. You can tell that whoever came up with the idea of those baits is a really good fisherman, not just in it to make money. All right, so real quick, let me go through the ones that I have, and I had them just send me a selection. They sent me everything that they made, but just one package of each, and then I told them which ones I wanted to try out, and I'm just going to kind of pull them out and show them to you. This one right here, this is called the Muscleback Craw. Got a lot of little legs. Like I said, it's a nice, tough, soft plastic, but not so tough that it slides off the hook. This is a really good jig trailer. It's been a really good flipping bait. Really good on a Texas rig, but if I'm Texas rigging it, I usually peg the weight right up against it and drag it real slow. Really, really good colors. This one, black and purple, and when I'm down in Florida, I love black and purple. When I'm just about anywhere that's got grass, for some reason, black and purple works really good for me. Showed you the little drop shot weight, but let's dig into it a little bit more, or the little drop shot bait. Dig into it a little bit more. It's the Finesse Slammer. All right, so see if you guys can get a really good look at that. Not much action to it. Really good drop shot, really good. Actually, I really like it as a Ned rig bait, believe it or not. But the fish have really hammered the snot out of that one. And when I need a bite, I always go finesse anyway. And this would be a really, really good one to have on a drop shot. I can't wait till later in the winter time, or later in the summer when they get real deep and I'm drop shotting on them. The next one is the MS Hog Hunter, or MB Hog Hunter, sorry. Man, they're schooling all over me. I'm gonna hurry up with this video so I can catch another one. But their colors are really true. There's nothing real super special about their colors. It's just that they're, they don't say they're one thing and they're something totally different. But just a really cool creature bait. This was really good in the early spring into the spawn. The only thing I'd change about this is I'd like to see a smaller one. This is the full size one, but I'd like to see a smaller one. I just like to flip smaller baits that look like this. It'd be pretty cool. And then the fourth one I had them send me is, of course, the 4-inch adrenaline bug. And I've already told you a lot about that one, but I want you to, a couple of the things I like to do. Of course, you can split this apart. I always do anyway. But I like to take a pair of scissors and split these little paddle tails down to give it a little bit more action. And if I'm flipping grass, I always worry about these appendages sticking out when I'm punching grass, but these don't. They kind of lay down to the side. They're not too long. They really, I don't know what kind of a purpose they serve, because there's no action on them whatsoever because they're so short, but it is a good flipping bait. And I like that color. What in the heck color is that? That's the sprayed grass. So pretty friggin' cool. But not the greatest thing since sliced cheese and biscuits, but for a new company who's jumping into the market with soft plastics, they have hit the nail on the head with their selection. That was 3 feet from the boat. But they've hit the nail on the head with their selection. They have their plastic is really good. And a couple of things I'd like to see from them is just a regular standard ribbon tail bait, or ribbon tail worm, and maybe a sickle tail, and a swimming worm. Those are the ones I tend to use the most that they don't have in their lineup. But that's, I'm sure that's coming down the road, or at least something similar to it. Pretty cool. So I think it's about an A in my book. So real quick, let me talk about my reviews. I want to do lure reviews. I'm not going to do rod and reel. It seems on my, I used to have that channel, the tackle review channel. It's still open, but I haven't put anything on it in a couple of years. And that's because every single time I would do a review, I'd get blasted by freaking knuckleheads. And everybody has their opinion, and my opinion was wrong. And so I just, and it mainly was rods and reels and that kind of stuff. And I'm done with that kind of stuff. I just want to do tackle, and I'm not going to do a whole bunch of them. I'm not talking about 4 or 5 a week, maybe one a week, maybe one a month, but no more than one a week, where I just kind of throw together a tackle review so you guys can see what's out there, especially small companies new companies, and I'll do some bigger ones too, because I've got good relationships with several companies like Strike King and Spro Gamakatsu, and Z-Man and that kind of stuff, and I don't sign exclusive contracts with any tackle companies, so I'm able to do that. But one thing you're going to get is you're going to get a complete and honest opinion on what I'm using and what I show. My integrity is more important than anything, more important than any kind of money. I don't compromise with my integrity, and I've learned that the hard way over the years. Back when I was younger, I've had experiences in my life that had made me realize that integrity is so important that I will hold it dear to me, and I will always be honest with you. So, but yeah, I hope you enjoy this. I hope you enjoy my tackle reviews. If you tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about me doing tackle reviews. Leave a comment down in the comment section. Give me some ideas. Give me some tackle ideas. I'm not talking about a garage tackle shop. A guy that's got 3 or 4 molds that he's making in his garage, because I tell them the same thing. I was like, I can create a demand, or it has the opportunity to create a demand for their stuff that they can't keep up with, and it might ruin their reputation not being able to keep up with them. And I've done that a couple of times, and that's the only reason why I say that, and I worry about that. But I'm talking about these new ones that are coming out and stuff like that. But let me know. Let me know in the description or in the comments, and give me your opinion on whether I should be doing this or not. So, like I always say, be sure to introduce somebody to fishing. Introduce them to my channel. Let me help you teach them how to fish. More importantly, get out on the water, go ahead and catch some fish, and have a great day.